Welcome back everyone to my IDC 37 run. This is the second Swiss round where I'm up against MrDelacerna at the top of his screen, who is playing Water Dark Fire Nature Rebirth Midrange, and I'm at the bottom of his screen playing Live Water Dark Hydro Hurricane. He is gonna win the die roll and start things off by charging Aqua Surfer. No turn to play from him, even though he's playing a few 2-drops, but I don't think he's playing more than 3 or 4 2-drops in his deck. I'm gonna charge the B-Legs and I'm gonna want to summon Gigazald instead of Ice Vapor, because he is playing a mid-range deck. I really have to be careful not to eat a Rebirth, because he is also placing Photoside, and if he uses Rebirth on one of my 5-drop creatures and he gets a Photoside, it's gonna be really hard for me to come back. So it's a good thing I got the Paleolysis online, because Rebirth cannot touch Gigazald that is 7000 power. So as a general tip, if you're up against a fire deck, you definitely want to do that. Unfortunately for me, he's gonna play Corail, so that's gonna get rid of my Paleolysis. I'm gonna charge it instead, and I'm gonna force him to randomly discard something, and he's gonna discard a Rumbling Terrahorn. Unfortunately for me, he did have the Rebirth, so I didn't manage to snipe the Rebirth, which is a shame. And there's the Photoside, and now it's gonna break. Break 3 of my shields, so I'm gonna use this to summon a Mistrias and a Marauz. Now he's gonna top deck a Rebirth again, and he's gonna play Galek the Shadow Warrior. So this isn't looking good for me, and I'm gonna lose this game because I didn't manage to snipe that Rebirth. So yeah, now we go into game 2, and it looks like I'm gonna be having 2 Ice Vapors this time. Although I will opt to play a Gigaballs on turn 4, even if I have to charge Ice Vapor, because it's playing a lot more creatures than spells, so Gigazald would be better in that case. But hey, I got a Terror Pit now, so I can charge that instead. And there's a Miraculous Snare, which I'm gonna charge to gain the water mana. Now there's the Gigaballs, which I'm gonna use to snipe a Miraculous Rebirth, so at least I got it this time. I didn't hit it out of 2 cards, but I hit it out of 4 cards. RNG works in mysterious ways. But he's gonna drop a Volcano Charger, and now I top the Gigazald, which I'm not gonna be able to use anymore. So that's pretty unfortunate, but what is fortunate is that he charged the Searing Wave, which means I can just summon Mistrias. I am thinking of summoning Ice Vapor first, but honestly, he's not playing that many spells, so I'm just gonna play Mistrias. It's gonna charge Conta because it doesn't have a nature mana. I'm thinking of charging Ice Vapor, but I could hold on to it just to have two of them on the field. And I top deck a Maruz, but I left a light mana untapped as I'm more likely to top deck a Laura Giga, but that's okay. I can summon both of them next turn. Now it's gonna summon the Apoc, which is gonna force him to discard a card from his mana zone and one from his hand. Which must be a difficult choice because apparently both of his two remaining cards are pretty good. And he's gonna discard Lost Soul, which is understandable, as I wasn't left with too many cards. Now he's gonna play an Ice Vapor of his own. And here I'm probably gonna just yeah, I could charge the Hydro Hurricane here, summon Ice Vapor and Bilex. Okay, so I decide to summon Paleolysis instead, because I want Mistrias to be covered against Volcano Chargers and Burst Shots. And now I'm probably definitely gonna summon the Petrova just to boost all the Guardians. And now they're gonna be immune to Rebirth as well. Then he's gonna top deck an Aqua Surfer, which is gonna bounce it, so now I'm probably just gonna resummon it and cast an... Actually, maybe I won't cast Energy Stream, because he does have an Ice Vapor on the field. And now I do have to think if I wanna cast Energy Stream, because I'm gonna have to discard a mana and a card from hand, and I do, because I want to dig further into the deck for a second Hydro Hurricane. And there's the photo site, so this is a prime opportunity for me to cast Miraculous Plague, because he's gonna be forced to choose between Vapor and Photoside. And I can also force him to get back Gontai and Aqua Surfer, so that's a nature and a water mana. Yeah, there's the Miraculous Plague. I have two perfect targets, the Photoside and the Ice Vapor. And he's gonna destroy the Ice Vapor, which I'm happy to see go. He was pretty annoying. And I'm gonna give him back nature and water, so he's gonna have to choose between one or the other. He's gonna destroy the water mana and keep the nature mana. And he's just gonna recharge the nature, play Photoside. And now I top deck Miraculous Snare, which I could use on his Photoside. Or maybe I may just go for Hydro Hurricane. And yeah, there's no reason not to go. Just bounce the Photoside and 5 cards from his mana zone. Now I can even go for a few shields with Mistrias and Petrova. Next turn I have a second Hydro Hurricane to close the game. Or maybe I can just go for Giga Balza into Giga Salt. And that's gonna be a Gonta, so I could either go for Hydro Hurricane to make it safer or go for, yeah, Giga Slug. Okay, so I decide to just Hydro. And he's gonna type GG. Now we're gonna go into game 3 where he's gonna be on the play again. My starting hand isn't the best, but hopefully I'm gonna draw Mistrias or Gigasalt in the following turns. I kinda wanna hold on to the Miraculous Snare for a potential Photoside. Though I could also charge it to be able to summon Palolysis, which can be important against Rebirth. He's gonna think a long time about this second mana charge, don't know why. Okay, there's the Volcano Charger. So I'm probably just gonna summon Palolysis first because I want my Gigazal to be protected from Rebirth. And he's gonna play a Giga Balza, which luckily for me only snipes the Giga Slug, and my Giga Balza is gonna snipe his Volcano Charger, which wasn't doing anything to begin with. I'd have much rather sniped this Rumbling Terrahorn, which is about to summon, or the other card he's likely holding in hand. And he's gonna get a Terra Dragon MrDelacerna from his deck with Rumbling Terrahorn, and this kinda makes me question if I wanna go for a discard or if I wanna summon Mistrias, but honestly I am way more afraid of Miraculous Rebirth than I am of MrDelacerna, but in my mind I just for some reason just hope he isn't holding Rebirth and he's holding something else, which was a mistake because I knew he is most likely holding Rebirth. So in this case, in my opinion, Rebirth ends the game for me a lot more than an MrDelacerna would, because I have ways to get rid of it. So yeah, I'm just gonna evolve it. I think that was a misplay. Though I wasn't 100% sure he's holding the Rebirth, I was like 80 to 90% sure he is, so given my assumption, it would have been a lot better to try to go for a 50-50. Now he's gonna go for shield, and luckily I get a Giga Balsa which is gonna snipe his MrDelacerna during his turn. So he's just gonna go to the graveyard. Now I'm even gonna summon a Laura Giga and discard his last card, which was a Galax, so I'm happy to see that one go. But this game is gonna be his if I don't top deck a Terror Pit or a Miraculous Snare soon for the photo side. Because if that photo side maintains field presence for a long time, it's just gonna keep killing my stuff. And I'm probably gonna block the attack here, although maybe it would have been wise to not block in case I top deck Mistria, so Laura Giga can stay in the way of photo side. And yeah, there's the Mistrias. Maybe I shouldn't have blocked. I wanted to preserve Gigasal, but it's pretty important to also have something for Mistrias. Could have let the Gigasalt go at that point, since he had 0 cards left in hand. Now I could play Hydro Hurricane just to bounce the photo side. Though I'm not sure if it's worth it just to do that. Now it's just gonna play creature after creature building a board. And good thing I held on to the Hydro Hurricane, otherwise my Mistrias would have been gone. So the takeaway from this match is, if the opponent is holding Rebirth, you either know he is holding it or you are almost 100% sure he's holding it, and he's also holding MrDelacerna. It's much better to go for a discard because Rebirth is a lot scarier than MrDelacerna. You have ways to recover from MrDelacerna, but not as many from photo side, especially since RK will go for shields, potentially giving you an out from those shields, but photo side will not. He will just eat your creatures from the field. Now I'm gonna do a plague. He's gonna destroy the Hulkus, move the photo side back to his hand. I'm gonna force him to choose between Aqua Surfer and Ice Vapor. He either keeps the water mana or he takes the Ice Vapor. And he decides to keep the water mana, which is understandable. I'm even gonna do a random discard with Ice Vapor, no point holding onto it at this point, and I will discard a photo side, which is pretty good. Unfortunately for me, however, he will top deck a water mana, which will allow him to play the Aqua Surfer. So that was pretty bad luck again. And he's thinking of either clearing the Ice Vapor or going for shields. Because I could do an insta-evolve next turn to clear one of his creatures, bounce with Vapor as well. And yeah, he's just gonna go for shields. Now I have to decide what I can do to survive this. I could maybe go for Bilex, use Snare on Aqua Surfer, or on Aqua Hulkus rather, and then also summon Palolysis. Yeah. Oh, but I don't have water mana for... Yeah, oh yeah, that's better. Play Bilex, get back Snare, use the Snare on Aqua Hulkus, then play Paleolysis as well, and then trade Ice Vapor into Bronze Arm Tribe just in case he runs Fighter Dual Fang. Okay, or maybe Chimera, just because I wanna boost my own Chimeras, and now I kinda just have to hope he isn't drawing a removal. Fortunately for me, he's just gonna top deck an Ice Vapor, and I'm kinda forced here to play Energy Stream just because I really need to have a blocker on the field. So yeah, and gonna have a Solgala, and I'm also gonna summon a Gia Balza, but we're back to the same thing. If he top decks removal, this game is lost. Unfortunately for me, he's not gonna top deck something lucky again. He is gonna play a Jagalzor, but unfortunately for me, I don't have anything else I can do to him because I don't have a removal in hand or a blocker, so he won. And yeah, maybe I would have had a 50-50 chance if I did go for that snipe with Gigasalt. But yeah, you live and learn. My deck should be on the screen for those of you who are interested, and until next time, see ya.